My name is Lily Mandira, and I'm a Research and Policy Associate.
So as you may know, I am Tito. I'm from Cameroon. And in PPIVEC, I'm holding an RCTF position. I would say before being appointed like university staff, like I'm now, I was not having any other position than the one holding or hold in PPIVEC. Yes. So I was just a researcher. I just finished my PhD, and I was working at CREATE as a researcher. So while being in PPIVEC, I just applied for the call, and I got engaged. I was appointed as a researcher as a teacher, we say, in the University of Bamenda, here in Cameroon.
So what specifically attracted you to PPIVEC that you did not see in other fellowships or postdoc positions?
I think the very first thing is that after my PhD, PPIVEC was like one of the very first fellowships that I got. When I say that I got to apply to, yes, and what really attracted me in that is that I didn't want to go abroad to do or to start my career abroad, to start another research career abroad. I didn't want to do that. So the very first thing that attracted me in PPIVEC is that it was a position that had to permitted me to work here in Cameroon. That's the very first thing. Now the second thing is that it's true that in the beginning we didn't know very well about all what was going to be done in the PPIVEC program. But when we started reading seeing the course, yeah, I really see a very good opportunity in training in terms of capacity building. Yeah, but just very few information, because it's just when we were inside that we really got more and very high information about this.
So what were your expectations of the fellowship? Please indicate your expectations in research and policy engagement work.
Just when I was applying, I didn't know anything concerning all these trainings according to policy engagement and policy making. All this, I didn't know that we were to go through this. So the only thing I knew by that time were just that, okay, there will be training, capacity building, with no more information than that, and that normally as a postdoc position I had to do research. I had to do the research. So I didn't have much more information than this. And as I'm a early career researcher, I would say like this, because I'm still starting my career like a researcher. The only fact that I knew that okay, this is a postdoc position in which I had to do the research was enough for me to apply and get engaged. So that's in the beginning. Yeah, and now it's just after the very first training that we got in Liverpool with AFIDEP, yeah, that I really got a lot and much more information about the extent to which the PPIVEC wanted us researcher or RCTF to go to, yeah, showing us that the research that we were called to do were to produce evidences that would help to target some policies to fight against some vector-borne diseases. So it's just after the starting that we really, or I personally, I really gone through those aspects that I wasn't aware of that before. So if I can now talk about my expectation for now that I know or that I knew, okay, to which extent or what was awaited from me, okay, I will say it's just now that, okay, I know that there are means for researchers to bring the outcomes of the research to stakeholders who can use that to do something. And you know, as students, you know that, okay, you have to do your research, you have to publish papers, you have to get your degree, and then that's all. But after that, just starting your research, people tell you that no, it's not enough. You need now to use to organize that outcomes in another manner that can be understood for someone who is not a scientific public or scientific audience, and who is actually the one taking decisions in what or in the disease that you want to fight. And is at that time that, okay, you know you need a certain number of trainings that will allow you to put your to be now doing research that target a certain point that will be easily got by a stakeholder and so on. So for now, my expectations are just to be that researcher that is able to really show the evidences that he has generated from the research he is doing, and that those outcomes are really or effectively being used to increase or to improve some policies and to really act in fighting the disease we are trying to fight. Okay, so these are now my expectations of today.
So what types of support and opportunities has the program provided so far?
Okay, so the very first support that we have got in terms of research was the funding. If I can start with that, yeah, because you never do anything without having the funds for that. Now, the third thing that PPIVEC has brought is the mentoring. Is the mentoring, because we are working with the advisors with whom we are discussing about what we are doing, and they are giving a general guideline of what we have to do and why we have to do it like that, and how we have to do it. And also they are providing a lot of help or a lot of inputs, maybe when there are some issues that we face. This is the third thing. Now the fourth thing that PPIVEC has provided, I don't know if I can talk about the fact that they put in place technical vector control advisory group, which is taking into one pot, if I can say it like that, we researchers, advisors, and then the stakeholders from the ministries, like Ministry of Health, Ministry of Scientific Research, with whom discussions make them take the outcomes or the outputs that we generate and make propositions to their boss, if I can say it like this. Yeah, so this platform is very highly relevant to we researchers that can help us to more make the outcome of our research more valuable.
So has the support or fellowship improved your capacity? Yeah. If so, in what ways and how?
I would say yes. Yes, let's say the use of the outputs that I'll be about to generate. That's the very first thing, and that's even the most important to me now. Yeah, because many of us, and maybe before me, I was doing the research for generating results and making papers, and that's all. Yeah, but now I know that we are not doing the research for the research or for people, but we are doing it to solve a problem, to solve an issue that's there. And now I know the route. I know the route through which I can pass with the outcome generated to try to solve the issue that I'm targeting. That's the first thing. Now, the second thing that I will say is in terms of creating collaborations. In terms of creating collaborations, yes, I would say PPIVEC in a certain manner has opened the door to more collaboration, connecting people, and mostly people from Africa who even were working maybe in the same fields but didn't know themselves. Now people are connected. People are trying to find ways to fight or to solve common issues.
So in what ways did the PPIVEC capacity strengthening program help you obtain this new position?
To be honest, to be really honest, I don't know if there is a link between the capacity training program and the new position I obtained, but I would maybe say, because this was one of the things that that was taken into account during the interviews, saying if someone has been having any break in his career or not. And as I just finished my PhD when I entered the PPIVEC program as a whole, I think this was taken into account, and but maybe not the capacities training program, maybe not that one.
So when, or have you already started, or when are you scheduled to start?
Okay, so for this new position, normally we were supposed to start this year. I mean, because we are supposed to have started since the 1st of January of this 2020. But the thing is that before the assigned task, they took some time, and now that they were thinking about assigning tasks to all the new lecturers that they recruited, the COVID pandemic came, and I would say until now, nothing has started. And it's expected to start when, if there is any, and I hope that there will be people will be coming back to school, that will be starting by maybe October or November, if finally tasks are assigned. Yes, so by late October to November, maybe something will start. But for now, we are in the jungle waiting.
How has the PPIVEC fellowship prepared you for this new position? Yes.
The PPIVEC fellowship has improved the research I am, because here in our universities here in Cameroon, it's not only the position, the university position is not only a lecturer position, but it's a lecturer researcher position. So lecturers are called to do the research. So PPIVEC has helped me increasing my ability to find the funds to do something. By the mentoring that we are doing in PPIVEC, I'm almost, and I will say I'm ready to mentor students that I will be that I have to mentor in the university. And so I will just say, by increasing all my research abilities in terms of looking for funds, even managing those funds is very important. Even managing those funds, mentoring early careers, I think PPIVEC has increased my ability to really take that lecturer researcher position that I was awarded in the university. I will say collaboration between staff, because you're entering a team that's already there, and your ability is to collaborate and to find common, I would say, common subjects that you can do in common, but each staff having his own domain, but all the domains goes together to fight the same issue or to solve the same issue. This collaborative scale, I think, has clearly been increased in my person.
Are there lessons from the PPIVEC experience that you think future research capacity development programs should address?
All the programs that are coming to Africa should more focus on trainings in terms of helping the researcher to see the right issue and to see what he is going to use in the research he is doing to address the issue. And before even going through what he wants to do, find a way to show researchers, African researchers, how to put their outcome, how to disseminate their outcome to their local audience. Because before the real HO come to fix an issue or come with a new policy, there are many things that can already be done locally. So train researchers to know how to disseminate the outcomes that he gets to local population and stakeholders before waiting sometimes to what the WHO will get in his scientific papers.
Where would you see yourself in 10,
Exactly.
20 or 30 years time? And what would you like your career legacy to be?
I'm finding myself in 10, even in 20, or even in the rest of the time that I would like or that I will get to do on this earth. Here, somewhere here, either in Cameroon or somewhere here in Africa, solving issues, solving neglected issues, fighting the vectors, because I used to define myself like someone who is willing to use sustainable and cheap tools to fight the vectors. So I'll be here doing that somewhere in 10 or even in 30 years or more. I'll be there training people to do that behind me when I'm having more power for that. Yeah, I mean the whole and final impact that I would like to have is like Africa that is free from neglected vector-borne diseases like in many European countries.